Good day everyone and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're going to be doing set 75256 Kylo Ren's Shuttle. Different name from the last version. Last time it was Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, now it's just the Shuttle. 1,005 pieces, 6 minifigures, ages 10 plus, and $160 in Canada. And here we are. So, what a perfect time to re-release Kylo Ren's Shuttle when we get the first sequel movie that doesn't feature Kylo Ren's Shuttle even once. Of course. Of course. Oh. Ain't it funny? Ain't this a funny world we live in? We finally get an accurate Kylo Ren's Shuttle. We finally get one that's actually, looks kind of like the one that we saw in the movie, and yet it is released in a line of sets for a movie in which it does not appear. I know it's a small complaint given an otherwise, pretty darn good set, but we'll get to all that in a little bit. Firstly, we've got a standout lineup of minifigures. Let me just say, there's obviously going to be a lot of comparisons here to the earlier one, but that's only natural. That I can't not have comparisons to the old one because it's impossible not to compare them. And right off the bat, way better minifigure selection. First off here, you got your standard issue First Order Stormtrooper with the much better mouth, stupid face they haven't gotten around to changing, standard issue printing, standard issue back printing, regular blaster, and yeah. Then we got the Sith Trooper. Yes, our dear old Sith Trooper. Thankfully, no longer. He's like 25 bucks on Bricklink. Now he's like $9.93. Looks really good. Love the printing on there. Love the new helmet. The red is very striking. This is a good choice of gun. I like it. I like this. What was it? Dino Hunters? Or I think it was just Dino. Either way, that short-lived set about those assholes scuttling around in the jungle looking for dinosaurs introduced these guns to us, and now they're using them for this guy right here, which is cool. Nice back printing right there. Or was this not that gun? Was this one released with the Lego movie? Are they the same guns? I don't know. Either way, it looks really cool in black. I like it. And this is a cool minifigure. Really nice back printing right there. Same stupid, awful face. When are they gonna get around to fixing that, damn it? Like, when? Ugh. Anyways, last of our not exclusive minifigures, we've got the new Kylo Ren, who's exactly the same as Episode 8 Kylo Ren, complete with the scar on his face, and the screaming, and then the stoic, and then, like, the chainmail back printing. By the way, these are no longer the flowy capes, by the way. They've really turned it over. I thought that we were going to be sticking with the flowy ones, and we've gone back to the stiff ones. I was never really that passionate on the issue, but I guess this is fine. The only new part about him is this helmet, which is that same exact stupid, awful mold from before, but now it's covered in the red cracks, so kind of cool, I guess. It's got some more, like, scuff marks up there. Yeah, it seems like they just had the exact same helmet run through the machine again, and then they just added some more printing, and that's exactly what they did. For those of you, of course, no one knows about me because my old channel is dead, but I'll bring you up to speed on why I hate this helmet. Look at how it hangs over the torso like that. Look how big it is. Look how big the eye hole is. It looks so dumb. And for the first time ever, Kylo Ren doesn't have like a hood or a hairpiece or something to like stand in for the ridiculous helmet. So this is the first time when we're stuck with the Kylo Ren with this stupid, awful helmet. And I hate it, and it looks really, really bad. I do not like this helmet one bit. I've never liked this helmet. I think it looks dumb. The red cracks make it look a little bit better, and I gotta say, its size isn't as noticeable when he's got the full-sized cape, but it's still not a good look, and I wish they would not. Oh, then we've got General Pride, who's probably the best new character from the new movie. This looks quite a lot like Richard E. Grant, right? Yeah. Definitely looks like him. I like the new First Order torso that they gave him. It's definitely appropriate. Wish we got some arm printing for him. Nice back printing right there. Really nice sort of snide face. It's really, really nice. And then we've also got this one, which is just a little bit more aggressive. Also really quite nice. And he's got that, really nice newer widow's peak hair and then just a pistol. Simple minifigure, but really quite effective. Then we've got our two Knights of Ren. First one we've got here is Ushar. Either way, He's not one of the more impressive ones. He, like Kylo Ren, has a ridiculous helmet that, like, has, like, dangling jowls that fall over the torso. So this is probably the most bucket head freaking helmet we've ever gotten. Underneath, it's just a black head. Oh, that visor can actually be seen through. Can a minifigure see through it, I wonder? Let's find out. Oh, damn, that's actually kind of cool. Well, you know what? It's a ridiculous helmet, but at least it actually has a functioning eye hole. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. Really, really cool torso and legs. Love that. Really good for just any sort of bounty hunter mock that you want to do. Not too impressive back printing. Really stupid, kind of weird weapon. Don't really understand that. And thermal detonator. So yeah, Ushar or Usher or Usha. Yeah, he's fine, I guess. Then we got Aplek, who's the other Knight of Ren. Muty and his friend, essentially. He's got the new hood mold, but now in black, which is really, really nice. And as you can see, underneath that hood, he's got a really cool printed face, really nice sort of torso and legs. I like that sort of robe detail. He also gets a cape, some mediocre back printing, and then he's got this big goofy looking axe. Also, you know, very appropriate to Aplek. So yeah, that's a good look. I think that this is a good looking minifigure, and I think that this is definitely the best looking Knight of Ren we've gotten so far, as it were. So honestly, this is a much better minifigure selection than the previous. Freaking Kylo Ren's command shuttle. In the last one, what did we get? 2 crew, an officer, stormtrooper, commander, Kylo Ren, and someone else? I don't know. Point is, the last one is immemorable compared to this minifigure lineup. This is nice. You get like a good bunch of villain bad guys, you know, named ones, 4 named villains, and then 2 like grunts. Not to mention, this was a really cool set to have this guy initially premiere in. Like, this made that, like, that initial Sith Trooper, even though by the time this set was out, everyone already knew that the battle pack was coming, but whatever. That Sith Trooper right there really, sweetened the initial pot for this set, as it were. So yeah, the command shuttle. You might think it looks a little bit familiar, and that's because it's basically the exact same model as the previous one. It's just improved. The 2 things that it needed from last time were 3 things, I guess. The 3 things that it needed were a red windshield, a black coloration, and wings that fold out. And it does that, and it looks really cool. And it works perfectly. And I'm over here like, damn, good work. They straight up had a model previously that, while it was a cool ship, it was unfortunately inaccurate, and they just fixed it in all the ways that they should have. Not to mention, this thing looks awesome when the wings are spread out like that. That is just a beautiful, just so triumphantly menacing. It's so nice. Also, just another thing to mention, just as we're doing a simple overview right now, no bottom wing things. Remember how the last one had these stupid, like, foldy bottom wing things that were at the bottom? No more of that. So, interesting. Anyways, we'll start with the... So herein lies the problem. This thing doesn't really go into the folded mode unless it's sitting. Because whenever you pick it up, the weight of the wings just sort of folds it back out. So I'm trying to, like, does it, oh, that's unfortunate. Well, there's your first flaw of the set. I guess I can just hold my thumb here. Anyways, as you can see, cockpit looks good, nice shaping on the sides. Like I said, very similar to the last one, really nice black redo. Love the greebling up here, nice and mechanical. You've got 2 black skates for detailing back here, which is really cool. Little, like, front of a buggy grill back here. Lots of nice greebling, really cool stuff. As you can see, there's just a little bit of a window into the Technics that actually go into making this thing fold, which is a really cool sort of spring-loaded mechanism. And yeah, it's all really quite nice. You fold this up, and on the inside, there's not really too much going on. You got 2 little control panels on the sides, you got a control panel up here, and you've got lined up 3 seats for 3 minifigures, and then some handles on the sides right there, as you can see, for weaponry. The windshield out the front, as you can see, is actually opaque. No one can actually see out of this thing. But that's okay. Who gives a damn? Who gives a shit? So yeah, you can put your minifigures in there. I'm not gonna do it because, you know, if you want to see such demonstrations, go to the other shitty channels. And you can also lower your, thing. What the hell happened here, man? Didn't the last one have like a little Technic bit on the bottom so you could like lower this thing gingerly? Now it's basically just a trap door that, by the way, like barely even is open when the thing is actually sitting on the ground. Like a minifigure might be able to like slide through there if you like stuff it through. So kinda weird. You know, given all the improvements, I'm willing to forgive that slight flaw. The fact that the, like, bottom door mechanism doesn't even work, and the fact that there's no landing gear either. The last one, the little wing things on the bottom kind of acted as landing gear, but this one has no landing gear, and it's basically just got a trapdoor. So kinda weird. Either way, you might remember the last one had a little bit of like an area in the back that you could fold up, and then you'd have like space for more minifigures to set. Well, you don't have that now. Now that's all covered up because the machinery is back there. And while I was building this thing and I was noticing that that back little useless area in the last one wasn't present, I got developing a little bit of a conspiracy theory. I conspired that Lego did this whole elaborate thing where they intentionally made a Kylo Ren's command shuttle that was incredibly inaccurate, where they had initially designed a perfectly good shuttle, this shuttle as a matter of fact, and they designed one that was as a counter completely and totally inaccurate, so that fans would be upset, so that they would able to raise up sales on the next one when they released an accurate version. I know that they designed this one first because in the last one they had that whole useless area in the back that had nothing in there. That's because on this one, the first initially constructed model, that was where all the Technics for the new folding wings would go, and so instead of putting something back there, they just sloppily removed all the Technics, made it so that these wings were static, changed it to dark gray just to mess with us, and just... they played us like fiddles, ladies and gentlemen. All along they knew. And that empty little corridor on the last shuttle proves that they had something there that they had subtracted. Obviously, I don't believe that. It's just an interesting thought, you know? Kind of strange that the last one did have that empty space, but, you know, don't read too much into it. Anyways, you know, we got some light gray detail, which always kind of works nicely against black, a lot better than dark gray at least. Got some orange thrusters back here, nothing too special, and as you can see, you got two doohickeys right there. Those doohickeys press on other doohickeys, which launch out the spring-loaded shooters, so if you bop and you bop, then the two things go out. Kind of fun, kind of cool, nothing special, whatever. Then you've also got a little box back here. Open that and there's nothing in there. Amazing. Back looks really good. I love these pieces right here that they've sort of built up to sort of really like establish the shape of this thing. This is a really, really nice model, you guys. I really, really like what they did with it. It just looks so sleek and, oh man, feather. Just like you got the lights on this side and you got the grill on this side. It's all so nice and pretty and accurate. Anyways, then you got your cannons on the side here, naturally. Then you've got, you know, your grills right here. And then the whole thing up on the side is just, you know, black. And it's still got that little wingtip on the top right there, which I appreciate. All black, thing, all black. And it has the same feature as the last one where you can fold these bad boys down. So... cool, I guess. I never thought that that was a particularly good or even practical look, but it's nice that they didn't subtract from this thing. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. And then, you know, you just lift this thing off, and then, you know, the wings sort of fold out, and you put it down, and you, force it back, and it goes back together, which is really quite nice. So it's nice that they gave us that. On the inside of the wings, it's still mostly black with just a few little, like, Technics and whatnot showing through. It's not really an eyesore, and it doesn't really hurt this thing at all. I don't have much of a problem with it. I think that the wings themselves are nice, black, simple, and sleek, and, you know, it's just a good look. There's nothing really wrong with it. yeah, what else really is there to this? Maybe I'll show you the inner technical workings of this thing. Maybe if I can just lift off this one part, then I can show you, like, the springs and shit. You can't really see it. It's hard to get a good look in there, but just in the back right there, there's a spring, and then you can just sort of see like the Technic struts that are in there to make the wings do what they're actually supposed to do, and deep like below all that shit there's actually a spring-loaded mechanism. And you might also see that it's connected to one of the thrusters. That's because they recommend that you use that thruster, like you turn it, and then, you know, that's how you make the wings extend, but you don't really need to because the wings are so heavy they extend on their own. Anyway, so, yeah, that's really all I've got to say about this one, just by way of the fine details. It looks really nice. Like, you know it looks nice. Just look at this thing. It is a beauty. It looks so incredibly accurate. They finally fixed it, and they did a really, really nice job with it. I think that it is a towering beast, and they didn't change the price, and the piece count is basically the same. I think it's just like one piece off. I think the last one was like 1006 or something pieces, and this one's like 1005, or either way, it's really close to what the last one was. I remember the last one was 1000 and something, but regardless, this one's really good. I really like it. The price for piece is not the best, but for an initial for an initial release set, it is agreeable, I would say. The minifigure selection is cool, and it still consists of 3 exclusives. I can assume some of them are going to be remaining exclusive. But it's, what can you really say about it, man? I struggle to think of negatives for the set because it looks cool, it feels cool, it does what you want it to do. The price remains unchanged, which is really nice. I'm glad that they didn't like make an improved version of this and make it like $200 or something. They kept the price the same for a drastically improved and just magnificent vehicle. It's got so much weight to it, it's got so much ominousness, and it's such a neatly designed craft, and they really pulled through on this one. I would definitely say so far of like the initial wave of, you know, Rise of Skywalker sets, even though I'm not even close to having all of them, I would definitely say that this one is probably the strongest. It looks great, it feels great, it flies great, it is everything you'd want from a Kylo Ren command shuttle. I'm glad that they made it. Honestly, the fact that it didn't appear in Episode 9 doesn't even bother me, because this is a cool ship that I'm glad that we got regardless. And it's got some really nice Episode 9 minifigures to boot, you know? Like, the 6 minifigure lineup for a set of this size is always nice. It's a nice little sort of, you know? 4 minifigures would be perfectly fine, honestly. Like, if we just got these 4, or like these 4 or something, I would still be honestly content. But the extra 2 is just such a nice little icing on that cake. Like, oh, beauty. I love it. This is a great set. It's big, it's weighty, it feels like you're definitely getting your money's worth both in size and piece count, because some of those pieces to make up the wings are pretty big. So the price for piece definitely feels justified on this one, especially for an initial release, and especially for an initial release that has not, like, you know, gone up in price since its prior version in 2015. So yeah, this freaking slugger is a good ass set. I really recommend it, and I think it's a really, really good one. What else can I really say? It's a nice set, and why don't you have it already? Bye!